I need you to guard my body. I needs a whole lot of y'all to guard my body, cause I'm the mayor. Tiffany Henyard, won't you guard my body? So Tiffany Henyard has more than just the FBI and money problems to deal with in her town. It appears she's got police officer shootings, she's got suicides in her prisons, in her jails. She's got a whole lot more drama than we all knew about. And so in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to discover how Tiffany Henyard put the police department as her detail to guard her body wherever she goes. They roll in deep, truck after truck after truck, SUV, rolling deep with her detail, because Miss Tiffany Henyard is not only the mayor, but she's also the supervisor. And so she needs all the protection that she can get. And by golly, she's gotten it, because she pulled them off of duty to make sure they guard her body, as shootings and all kinds of things is going on in her town. If you're interested in that, then let's go. Hello, and welcome to The Conservative Poet. My name is Amania. Here on the channel, we talk about political commentary. I do reactions here, and I throw a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of parody in there to sort of drive home the point of what we're seeing in the society. When I say that, I mean the crazies that we're seeing in the society. So if that is something that is interesting to you, then please stay tuned, and you've come to the right place.
A family's desperate plea cried aloud outside the Dolton Police Department, where Darius Wilson spent his final moments alive. His fiancée, LaKendra Williams, speaking her grief while pregnant with their fourth child.
He was cooperative with them, so I don't understand how something like this happened at all. We planned for another baby in 3 months. He wouldn't do something like this.
Williams says the 29-year-old was arrested and taken to the Dolton Police Department on October 25th after they had a heated argument. Wilson's father says he spoke with his son over the phone while he was in police custody and planned to pick Wilson up the following day. He recalls their last conversation.
It was more so like, okay, well, can you come pick me up? Okay, well, come pick me up tomorrow when they release me.
But that day never came. Illinois State Police tell us they responded to the police station just after 11 that night. They say Wilson was found dead in his cell. Dolton police say Wilson took his own life. His family doesn't believe it.
I feel mad because my daddy wouldn't do this to himself.
Now they're gathering on what would have been Wilson's 30th birthday, demanding answers.
At this point, we just want answers. We asked for answers. No answers have been given.
In a statement to ABC7, Dolton's police chief said, quote, "To the family of Mr. Darius Wilson, we send our heartfelt condolences and will continue to pray for you as you deal with the loss of your beloved family member."
That little girl is gangsta. I don't even want to call her little. I mean, whoa! She got her blowhorn and everything. They protesting. And so this is some of the things that went on in Tiffany Henyard's backyard. So this is about a year or so old. And so this gentleman supposedly was in jail because he was domestic violencing his baby mother, who's expecting. She about 3 months, ready to drop another load for them thus far. And so she called the police on him. And so he was in jail because of her. And now she's saying, we get married. My fiance, we getting ready to get married. And he wouldn't do this, but he was beating her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He was beating her. I'm just saying. She about, 6 months pregnant, 7 months. And he And now he's in jail, and now she's here boohoo whining and crying because something happened to him in the jail. Now, rest in peace, friend, but I got questions. And then the little girl called him her uncle and then fixed it. No, my daddy, my uncle. No. So I got questions about some of this. But any event, this is the story that's happening in Tiffany Henyard's backyard. This is a suicide in her jail. This here gentleman, he maybe didn't commit suicide. I don't know, but the news didn't tell you much more, and there's nothing else on this story. So this is what it is. So I'm just gonna say I got questions in reference to the children and in reference to him beating up his fiance, who's about 7 months pregnant. And yeah, just saying. Next scene we're going to see is more black on black violence in Dolton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard's backyard. Let's go.
Early morning call for help that police say ended with a man dead inside his car in an alley in South suburban Dolton. Residents woken up by the shouting and gunshots.
The commands were so loud, like they literally sound like it was in my backyard, and that's what got me up. I'm like, who is in my backyard? And so when I kind of got up out of the bed and sat on the side of my bed, and then that's when I heard the gunfire go off.
I was told by an officer that they got a call for a domestic a few times during the night from the neighbor. And when they arrived on scene, the man had a gun.
The dead man, say police, was the ex-boyfriend of a woman who lives inside this home and that she had a restraining order against him. Investigators telling ABC7 when the first officer arrived on the scene, they approached him inside his car and saw he had a gun. They opened fire only after officers' repeated calls to drop the weapon went unheeded.
Well, I heard the gunshots. I immediately got on the floor because you don't know.
Seen that? Heard that? Good. Police shooting in the middle of the night. Police is called several times for domestic violence, right? And this woman supposedly had a restraining order against this person who was outside of her home in the middle of the night, causing a ruckus, waking up the people living there, gunshots, and again, domestic violence. This is two things that we've seen. I'm guessing the men out there in Dolton like to slap around the women a little. They like to slap them around a little. Wow, both incidences, same kind of thing, domestic violence. And the policeman being called, and that black man ended up being killed. One, they say he offed himself, he Epsteined himself in the jail, and then the other one, the police had to take him down. Again, sad that life is being taken, but again, these things are bad choices, bad behavior, cause bad choices and bad outcomes, right? That's what we're seeing here. That is exactly what we're seeing here. But Tiffany Henyard has taken the police off the job to body her guard, to guard her body. And let's go into that one right now.
Yeah, Mayor Henyard fired her chief of police late last year without any approval from the village board. So now Robert Collins has filed a lawsuit against the village. And tonight he's talking exclusively to Fox 32 about what he saw on the inside.
The manpower was just very stressed and critical to the point of almost breaking, having to provide officers on the detail rather than have officers out patrolling the streets.
Former Dolton Police Chief Robert Collins spoke to us from Florida, where he's taken a new job. But he says he remains frustrated by what he experienced leading an undermanned, overworked police department. Demanded a large personal security detail.
You know, wrong is wrong, and there's a time to hold people responsible and accountable for their actions.
Last year, Fox 32 investigated Henyard's detail, following along as Dolton police officers drove her from morning till night, Off into her second job as Thornton Township Supervisor in South Holland, racking up hundreds of hours of overtime, costing taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars.
This woman has got herself surrounded, covered in every angle. She got policemen taking her wherever she needs to go, escorting her wherever she needs to go, giving her her hand to come out of her SUV. I mean, this thing is insanity. Policemen who's supposed to be on the job policing the community is become security guards or armsmen to protect the super ghetto mayor of Dolton, right? Taxpayer dime, taxpayer money. But Tiffany Henyard doesn't care that it's taxpayer dime. She doesn't care that they're putting so much money into overtime and all of this. Nope. As long as she's got what she needs, she got about 10 of them around her. Like, how much protection you need, friend? Like, for real. That's crazy. I don't even think Whitney Houston had that many bodyguards, to protect her body. I don't think she even had that much. Who the hell are you? Tiffany A. Henyard. If you didn't know about it, I'm Tiffany A. Henyard.
We needed those officers to be on the street fighting crime. And instead, we have several officers that are riding around protecting the mayor.
At least 2 and as many as 4 officers at a time, he says. Collins says the security detail was warranted when it started in 2021, after a police-involved shooting sparked protests in the community.
And at some point, the protests stopped. The things going on around the protests all eventually stopped. However, the detail continued.
But now he says it's turned into more than just security. Officers are being used as Henyard's personal valets.
Officers would be sent out to run errands, to do pickups, to do drop-offs.
Just last week, a mass shooting on Sibley Boulevard in Dolton left 4 people injured. Collins believes the bad guys know there aren't enough cops on Dolton streets.
But Village of Dolton has its challenges with gangs, guns, and drugs. And if those officers aren't there, the visibility isn't there. And if the visibility isn't there, then criminals have free reign.
Now, earlier today, we sent an email to both Mayor Henyard and the chief administrator here of the Village of Dolton, outlining the allegations made by the former chief, asking for a response. So far, we have not received one.
Seen that, heard that, good. This woman has the law enforcement running her errands wherever she needs to do. She's got them taking her from one job to another because she's that important. I mean, this is insanity. And again, every bit of it is being paid for by taxmen. No, Mr. News Reporter, you're not going to hear from them. You can call them, write email. You're not going to hear anything from Tiffany A. Henyard and her crew because guess what? They don't want to talk to you. So Tiffany Henyard has been doing some really bad things when it comes to her town. And she's literally taking resources from the town to, cover herself. You've got shootings happening. Shootings and no police is out there. And the news said that these criminals now know this. They know that there's not enough policemen on the ground. So they're going to do what they do. They're going to rob, steal, shoot, beat up their women because they know no policeman is out there. They're going to slap them around because there's no policeman out there. This is what we're seeing because this woman deemed it, she is just critically important that she has to be protected by an army of police while the streets is on fire, right? The streets is on fire, but Tiffany A. Henyard is covered. Mr. Police Chief, Florida welcomes you. And we are happy that you chose to come to the great state of Florida because you sound like you got some common sense and some good, decent police morals. And so we welcome you to Florida. Too bad for Tiffany Henyard. She fired that man. Obviously, she's a corrupt person, so she don't want nobody, telling her what to do, being the moral in her ears. No, she don't want none of that. No, you can go to Florida. Go to Florida. We don't need you out here in Illinois. We don't need you. Go to Florida. So she fired him. And now that's another lawsuit that she's got cooking. Another lawsuit. This woman, man, I'm telling you, you can't even make this stuff up. I wonder if they're going to have a mini series in reference to Tiffany Henyard, because my God, this is made for great television. Great television, indeed. Great television. The Tiffany Henyard Show. Catch it tonight at 5. Well, friends, that's going to be it for the video. I just wanted us to take a different look at the story around Tiffany A. Henyard and Dolton and Thornton Township and all of that. So, yeah, Tiffany's got a whole lot of problems. And again, the FBI is on her. So we're going to see how this drama unfolds. So thank you guys so much for taking the time, liking, sharing, commenting. Really do appreciate it. And again, friends, I do have a membership where you can see me behind the scenes again with other YouTubers as we do on the street interviews. And I post those videos. They're going to be posted on a Sunday. And so you'll be able to see that behind the scenes and different things that we're doing, different events. You know, I'm currently working a campaign, so you'll be able to see footage from that. And so I'm doing quick live streams, quick shorts to just give you an idea of like what I'm doing when I'm on the ground. So all of that is done in the membership area, which helps me with everything that I'm doing with, you know, lights, cameras, action. Thank you guys. God bless you. God keep you. And I'll see you in another video. Give Tiffany that.